So, in answer to the question on the quiz that I watched last night, what is the UK's most favourite meal, it was bangers and mash. So, I decided to make my best bangers and mash that I could for you and film it. Alright, let's get cooking and let's get eating. Well, good afternoon here. I was watching a program last night, a quiz program, and they asked what's the most popular, most favourite meal in the UK, and the answer was bangers and mash. Now I know it's one of my favourites, but I thought I'd share my recipe with you. Mine's very simple. It does have a few little surprises, but one thing it is absolutely delicious. And the first thing you must make sure of is getting good sausages. I've got Hellas, London Pride sausages here in New Zealand, but there are good quality pork sausages all around the world. Make sure you get good pork sausages. Make sure you get potatoes that are good for mashing so that you can get a good smooth mash. And your gravy, which is quite separate, I make mine from onion, mushrooms, gravy mix, which I think in this case will be Bisto Rich Brown gravy mix. And that's it. That's all there is to it. I also sometimes put a little bit of coriander. Goes with the pork superbly, but I don't put that much in. It's entirely optional. Okay, let's get those sausages into this pan, shall we? Start your sausages off on a low heat and then turn them up as they start to render the fat. At the same time, prepare a saucepan with some butter in, and in there we're going to first put our chopped up onions and then our mushrooms. Now don't chop your onions too fine, about that consistency is right. There's nothing better than biting into an onion that's got all that gravy and mushroom going on in it. Right, now we can see that those onions have got some caramelisation on them. In we go with our mushrooms. Right, there's our potatoes. I pop them on with a bit of salt. About 20 minutes it should take for them to be ready. Right, I've just popped another knob of butter in with our mushrooms and onions here. I want to get them nicely softened before I add the gravy mix. Right, into our now beautifully cooked mushrooms and onions, we're going to add 3 tablespoons of gravy mix, and we're going to stir that in before we add any water. Now that that's stirred in, we can place 400 ml of water in there, and we'll just let that simmer away and thicken before we add it to our sausages. Now, sausages, how are they going? There we are, they need a little bit of turning, a little bit of love, but they're making all the right colours now, aren't they? Beautiful. Ooh, they're going to be gorgeous. And there we are, there's our gravy for our bangers and mash, looking beautiful. Banger's just about ready, and I'm just about to mash the potatoes and boil the peas. Okay, first for our mashed potatoes, a couple of knobs of butter. Whoops, that's not going to work, is it? Then lid on. Right, I've just mashed those with a fork. We're going to add a little bit of salt only and a nice dollop of ground black pepper. Put as much in or as little as you like. Right, we might need to put a little bit of milk in there because, as you can see, that's dry and not quite as fluffy as we'd want. When you're adding milk to mashed potato, add it a tablespoon at a time. Alright, because you can always add more, but you can't take it out once you've added it. I think one more tablespoon over there. Beautiful. Right. See how it's gone nice and creamy. Beautiful. Oh my god. Right, we're going to plate up now and I'll come back once I've done that. Right, let's plate up. Firstly, we want to make a bead of mash there to hold 2 sausages. There we are. One. And 2. Now, in the space around here, we're going to add our peas. Depending on how much you like peas. I love them. I love the contrast that goes with them. And now our gravy. And again, as much or as little as you want. That is stunning. Oh gosh. Well, you won't get a word out of me for a while once I get tucked into this. So I'll come back and we'll have a tasting. Right, well, let's have a taste, shall we? Ooh, the mash and some peas. Oh my lord, that's heaven. Thank you so much for watching. It's very, very easy this to make, and the taste and the flavours are so rewarding. Okay, I will catch you hopefully on my next recipe.